Today we're learning words from the songs that we're singing at church on March 23rd. So I've chosen about 11 more words to add to the ones that we have done before. All right, so we have the sign for heart. You take your middle touchy-feely finger, that's the same finger that we use to do Jesus, and make a little heart, kind of in the area of where your heart is. So heart. Heart. Grace. So you take the letter G and start up here, and I just bring it down like this, grace. Some people, when they bring it down, splash the grace onto them. So you can do it either way, grace. That actually is really pretty, and I know Andy does that, grace. All right, the word for save and savior. So if you have S hands and you have them bound together like, like you're in trouble, and it comes across like this, and that's save, save. Now we have what's called a person sign, which is when your hands just come straight down like that. And that kind of puts an ER ending onto a word. It's not always ER, but it takes whatever the sign is and makes a person out of it. Like this is save, but if you add the person sign at the end, it's savior. So savior. Now this same motion, if you do different initials, we'll do other words. So if you do F's and do the same kind of motion, that's free or freedom. If you do L's, that's liberty. If you do R's, that's redeem. And you can add a person sign to that and make the redeemer. And then with S's, that's also the sign for safe, like I got safely home, just safe. Okay, so it's save as in savior, and it's also safe. So you've got free, liberty, redeem, and redeemer. Okay, and that all counts as one of our 11 words, okay, because they're all grouped together. All right, the next one is sin. So if you take X's and do this in front of you, that is sin. And of course, you could have a sin-er, like me. So sin-er, okay? The sign for day is you have your dominant finger up and you come down across like this. It's kind of like the sun going across the sky through the day. So, and remember, I'm left-handed, so you can mirror image me if you're right-handed. All right, so that's day. Need, and Lord, I Need You is in our collection of songs today, so you'll use this one a lot. So need also takes an X, just like sin did. And so you have the X and you just do this, need. And I'm not sure why that is. I don't have a reason for that, but that's need. And you can just do it once, you can do it twice. It just depends on how fast the song is going. Need. Righteous. So you take R and you put out your flat hand. Remember the pardon and the forgive and the clean and the nice? Well, righteous is based on that, except you go forward this way rather than sideways. So righteous, righteous. And truth would be the same thing with an H, truth. So righteous and truth, righteous and truth. Okay, death or die or dead, any of those forms of the word, you have your hands like this and you flop them over dead, dead. It's kind of like turning over in your grave. Remember grave from last week, the hump of dirt? So dead, dead, or death or die or whatever. dead. Okay, life and live. And when I first learned this, I learned to distinguish them. So if you take L's and you come up your body like this, that's life. I had originally learned live as using the A hand, as live, and using the L's for life, but I've noticed that most people seem to just do L's for either one. So live or life or live, any forms of the word are going to be like that. Okay, so then we have stand. We're using stand actually quite a bit in the songs today as well. Now, you have to be careful of what is actually standing. You know, this is actually the concept of standing. And next time we'll learn how to do variations of standing and learn things like dance and sit and fall and jump and all of that. And we'll even learn your first deaf joke. So make sure you listen to next week's recording. Okay, so this is stand. But in one of the songs, it talks about for his throne it shall remain and ever stand. I wouldn't use this sign for that. I would just use the sign for continue, which we haven't learned yet, but that's the sign for continue. Got your two thumbs together. Okay, because that's what the throne is doing, is it's continuing, and thrones don't stand. So I wouldn't use this for that one. Okay, and then light is our final word. And so you take your fists and you burst them out into glorious light like that. And you only have to do it once. It also means clear. So if somebody's explaining something to you and they, you can say, well, that's clear. That's right. Okay, so light, clear, bright, anything like that is the connotation of light. Okay, have a good time practicing.